Welcome back. All right, so today for the career video that I want to cover, it's Brian Rafalski. So we're kind of circling back. I've done a bunch of Devils videos, and then I did some Red Wings, and now one that's played with both teams. So again, has to be a player that played with Holmstrom, and he did. Brian Rafalski was a late bloomer, and 1999 Sporting News said he was the best hockey player not in the National Hockey League. And so he eventually would sign June 18th of 1999. He signs with the New Jersey Devils. He comes in at the exact right time. Now, he had 4 years at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. He played in Sweden. He played in Finland. And he made his rounds before the NHL finally came calling. And then after he signed with the Devils, he's partnered with Scott Stevens. So this is one of those times where you can look at a player who gets some praise, but it might have been muted because he plays with a Hall of Famer, right? So 75 games that first year, 5 goals, 27 assists, 32 points. He is just as advertised. In the playoffs, he plays 23 games for the New Jersey Devils, 2 goals, 6 assists for 8 points. Of course, winning the Stanley Cup with New Jersey in 2000. So rookie winning the Stanley Cup. He's on the all-rookie team as well. And this is as a 26-year-old rookie. Like I said, late bloomer. So this does happen, and I know people, will state, well, 26 years old is not really a rookie. It is. It's his first year in the NHL. So 2000, 2001, 78 games played, 9 goals, 43 assists, 52 points. His scoring gets better. And in the playoffs, he set a record that stands to this day for points by a defenseman in the playoffs for the New Jersey Devils. 25 games, 7 goals, 11 assists, 18 points. And he was 9th in Norris voting that year, too. So Rafalski, pretty decent first couple of years, right? So late bloomer, sure, but he fits right in. 2001, 2002, 76 games played, 7 goals, 40 assists for 47 points. 6 playoff games, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. So going from the Stanley Cup to the Stanley Cup finalists, not winning it, and then in 2002, only 6 games in the playoffs. But the silver lining is exactly a silver. He gets silver at the Olympics with the U.S. Olympic team. He also played in the All-Star game that year. So Rafalski, a pretty big name in the NHL. It just took him a while to get there, right? 2002, 2003, 79 games, 3 goals, 37 assists, 40 points. Good offensive defenseman, also good defensive defenseman. His plus-minus was usually pretty good. 23 games in the playoffs, 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points. And a Stanley Cup. So he has 2 Stanley Cups in his first 4 years in the NHL, making up for lost time. All that time in university, all that time in Europe. Got to make up for lost time. So 2003, 2004, 69 games played, 6 goals, 30 assists, 36 points. In the playoffs, just the 5 games. He had 1 assist in those 5 games. He played in his first NHL All-Star game that year as well. He had an All-Star game appearance in 2002 as well. So that's his second All-Star appearance, and then we lose that season of 04-05, right? So 2005, 2006, he plays all 82 games for the Devils. 6 goals, 43 assists, 49 points. In the playoffs, 9 games played, 1 goal, 8 assists, 9 points. Very good playoff performer. And if you can have a little bit above, a half a point per game in your career in the playoffs, which he does, that's a pretty solid career for a defenseman. 2006, 2007, what would be his final year with the New Jersey Devils, 82 games, 8 goals, 47 assists, 55 points. In the playoffs, 11 games played, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points. And he plays in another All-Star game. That would be his final All-Star game. But he ends up signing on July 1st of 2007 as a free agent with the Detroit Red Wings. And that first year in Detroit, 2007-2008, plays 73 games, 13 goals, so that's the first time he gets into double digits with goals. 42 assists, 55 points. So, on his own in Detroit, well, not on his own, pretty good team in Detroit, but he maintains that same level of success. His points the same, even though he plays 9 less games. In the playoffs, 22 games, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points, and a Stanley Cup. He's 9th in Norris voting that year as well. So, excellent first season with Detroit. And 5-year contract, and he does pretty well with it. 2008-2009, 78 games, 10 goals, 49 assists, 59 points. Again, his scoring goes up in Detroit. A lot of star players there, of course. 18 games in the playoffs, 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points. Ninth in Norris voting. Of course, that year they go to the Stanley Cup final. They lost to Pittsburgh in the rematch. They had beaten Pittsburgh in 2008. So, really, for Rafalski, he's a guy that manages to go on a lot of long playoff runs. But that adds mileage, right? That adds mileage to your body. So 2009, 2010, 78 games, 8 goals, 34 assists, 42 points. So the point totals come down, but he's not out of line with the rest of his career. 12 games in the playoffs, 3 goals, 8 assists, 11 points. And again, he has a silver lining, winning silver at the Olympics in Vancouver in 2010. Then in what would prove to be his final season, 63 games, 4 goals, 44 assists, 48 points. He is still scoring at a very good rate, but his body is starting to wear down. So in the playoffs, 11 games, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points. And May 25th of that year, he announces his retirement. So he talked about it with his wife for a couple months. They thought about it. He decided to retire. He had 1 year left in that contract with Detroit. Because he's not 35 or older at the time the contract was signed, that cap money comes off for Detroit. If a player's 35 or over, that cap money would stay on and it would be a problem. So if he had signed it at age 35, then it would still have been on the books for 2011, 2012. He may have tried to play through the injuries he was dealing with. He had knee injuries and back injuries that he'd been dealing with and just nagging problems, and he felt like his best step was to step away from the NHL. And so he retires. He did try to come back in 2014. He signed in the ECHL to try to make a comeback. And after roughly 2 weeks' time, he realized this isn't working. It's not going to happen. And he gave up on the comeback. He ends up playing 833 games, which is remarkable considering he comes in at age 26. 79 goals, 436 assists, 515 points. Very nice totals for a defenseman. In the playoffs, 165 games, 29 goals, 71 assists, for a total of 100 points. So, excellent totals in the postseason. 3 Stanley Cup rings, 3 All-Star games. He's top 10 in Norris voting a few times. Excellent career for Brian Rafalski. A late bloomer that ended up having a very good career, and he got himself some championships before he did retire from the game. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.